What up?
Yes, sir. Dataverse, then the common
Yeah,
data
wait,
models, common
wait.
data
You said
tables.
Dataverse, right? You said Dataverse, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. What is Dataverse?
It's used storing a set of standard and custom data structure called tables.
Okay, thank you. Next, Chandan, can you let me know at least one thing other than Dataverse?
Other than Dataverse, we learned about trigger and action.
Uh-huh.
After
Uh,
after establishment of all the connection to
see, you
the
three are see. No, no, no. Wait, wait, wait. See, what is happening is I think you are nearby, all three. So you both need to mute. Thank you. Go ahead, Chandan.
yes, yes. After establishment of all connection like Dataverse to our power apps, there is two things to do: trigger and action. Trigger is the prompt
Seriously,
to flow, and action is our means power automate like things.
okay.
That's
So
uh,
let's just
so.
say,
So
yeah.
one
Let
doubt is there. One
I,
doubt.
I'll come to that. I'll come to that. No worries, Chandan. I'll come to that. Rifakat, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Anything.
Sir, yesterday, yes, sir, yesterday we see about how to create a table and in table how a relationship works. For example, one to many, many to one, and many to many. That like we are saying, sir.
Okay. Thank you, all of you three, for letting me know what we have covered till now. I'll come to your questions now. Chandan, go ahead. What was your question?
Sir, there I have told about trigger and action. Sir, my
Mhm.
doubt is that links to Dataverse. When all these things are established, then there is a connection means bridge to data source. So my question is, data source is a Dataverse or Dataverse like Dataverse? There is common data source and SQL and all that things, but in our window there is one thing is showing Dataverse. So where is the difference between them? Each Dataverse is similar to SQL and other databases. What is the clear picture about that?
That's right. The clear picture is very simple. Now, where is the data stored? Of course, they are stored on any hardware which is a SQL server, right?
Yes.
But, but you do have a Dataverse, which is more of like let's just say a cover through to your SQL server, which let you interact with data in simple manner. If you have to interact with SQL server, you need to know SQL queries, right? If you have to create tables, if you have to create columns, you need to know SQL queries. But with Dataverse, you don't need that. So you could say that it is a platform for database which could let you create tables. At the very end in Microsoft, it is a SQL server. So at originally, data is being stored in SQL Server. But for ease of low code framework, for ease of people to understand and use this more, Microsoft has come with a platform which is Microsoft Dataverse. So your data will be stored in Dataverse, which is of course database for Power Platform. But if company has SQL servers or company is using SharePoint list or any other database, those can also be accessed. That's why we have different connectors.
So as of now, Dataverse is in our window means it's provided inbuilt in Power Apps frame means Power Apps window.
That's
It's
right.
already there, but
It's there.
not that SharePoint and SQL Server is not there. But we can customize to connect that.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
again, I'll go with another question. I guess there was one more question at the start.
Yes, sir. Before the connection establishment of the connection to the data source of a Power Apps. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Am I
Yeah, yeah.
audible, sir?
Yes, you
Uh,
are.
is there any data means that there will be two cases means one case there will be data in the data data source or through the power of the data will go to the data source. So what about this? Means can you?
I didn't get what you're saying is when you're using application, how would data go to Dataverse if you're using a Canvas app? Is
Yes,
that it? Yeah, we'll
any
see
app.
that.
There will be
So
two possibilities. Means initially there will be data, and we are retrieving the data through application, and
mhm.
we are giving the data through the application to the data source. So it is directional or single directional. Means in our power apps,
So
what
it's
the thing is there.
by bidirectional, I mean, you should understand if you want to enter data into Dataverse table, you can always do it from going to tables here, right? You can do it, but you can also build an application which can act as a platform to interact with your data. You can use Canvas apps, you can use model driven apps.
Yes, here we are going to do such kind of things now to develop one power apps that will
We are going
connect.
to develop Power Apps on the basis of those data sources and also Canvas apps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it.
Got it, got it. Perfect. Okay, before we begin again, anything else?
Sir, we can change the types once one table is created.
Change data type? I think no, you can only change it to text type, but you cannot change it to other data type.
No, like standard to activity or
No, no,
virtual.
no. Once you have declared a table to be standard, you declare it at the start. So you cannot make changes to them.
Okay, sir.
Perfect. Today we will create our first
And
data model.
sir, that schema names.
Yeah.
You can tell me schema
Yeah,
names.
let's keep that right now along with the training. So I'll let you know when we come to schema name. Okay. So while you are building tables, you will understand how schema names are given. Now, today we will start building data model where we will also understand what is schema. So I'll make sure that you understand it, right? Now let's get started here with the scenario. This is the scenario right over here in front of you. Please go ahead and read this scenario and think about how data tables and solutions would be created. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go with this scenario. On the basis of the scenario, we are going to build our applications, and also we are going to create tables. Okay. Now, if you understand this, right, you would come to understanding that there are 3 tables that you have to create. One, to track information for scheduled campus visits. Second, record basic information to identity the track the visitors. And then you also have to schedule, record, and manage visits. Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. That means for sure you would table. So let's also start visualizing this table. So first we have to create a data model. For any solution, there should be a data model. The first thing that we will do here is we would create one table, which is by the name of visit. Hey, what happened? My connection has been burst. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just I think this is my VM. Try again. Okay, perfect. So the first table that we will create is the visit table. So let us also visualize these concepts of data modeling. First table is the visit table, right? Now, every time there is a visit, we will call that as a visit table. And within this visit, we know that there are certain columns that we have to create. Right?
Yes.
What are
Yes,
these
sir.
columns that we will create? So we will create scheduled start, right? When the meeting starts, right? Or when the visit starts.
Yes.
And similarly, we will also
Scheduled end.
and scheduled end, right? Whereas this is the schedule, but when they would actually come, so actual start and actual end. What do you say? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Every visitor should be given a code. So a visit code and the column which would look for visitor. All right. Now let us also understand the data types. Schedule start, schedule end, actual start, actual end. What should be the data type of these columns?
What? Date and time.
Yeah, date and time.
Time.
Right. Code.
Sir, one more column is there. Two column is there. Visitor, every visitor's entry time and exit time.
Yeah, that's the actual start and actual end.
And that actual start and actual end is for that suppose the time duration is 8 to 6, but the visitors came at 9. All the visitors came at 9, and the end time is 6:15 or 6:20. But for visitors means for a single visitors, how many times means how much time they will spend in that building.
So let's just say I am scheduling a visit for Abhishek, right? Which is tomorrow 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock it will start, right? And at 6 o'clock it will end. That is by schedule time. But Abhishek came at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and went at 4 o'clock, right?
Okay.
So that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do we need extra other columns?
No, sir. It is for only one customer, means one visitor. Suppose there are multiple visitors, and multiple visitors are came and multiple times. Then I have to record that the particular visitor is coming at this time and going at this time. Means
So
the
yeah,
time.
if you will, once you will create record, you would have all these fill up. Then for second visit, you will have the second thing. That's why we also have code. Code is like a unique code for every visit. So what should be the data type of code?
Number.
Auto number,
Auto number.
right? Visitor. Visitor is like you have to look into existing table because you would have those visitors saved, right? So it would be like a lookup column, creating a relationship.
Sir, the code is not auto means number not auto number, because you have to create the visitor's ID means, so that we can means what.
So it can be auto number, right? Like for me, the auto visit number is like 456. For you, it will be 457. Then for another one, it would be 458. So rather than you entering it, why don't we let system enter
Yes.
accordingly? That's why we are declaring it as an auto number.
Then, sir,
Okay,
what
sir.
about the primary column?
Which column?
Which one is the primary column we should read?
Yeah, so there would also be a primary column by the name of visit.
Yes, sir. One is
Okay.
visit, one is building, sir, and the buildings which the visitors means visit.
Yeah. So we'll go to that. We'll go to that. Right now, we are only thinking of first track information of scheduled campus visit. So for that, we will need one table, right? Let's go
Yes,
ahead and
sir.
create a table. So new table, you also need to do this with me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So give display name as visit. There, you would also see the schema name, right? So what is schema name? Schema name is a unique name given to any entity that you create or any product that you create.
Yes, sir.
We'll keep it standard. We will record will be owner by user or team. Right now, we will not say anything about it. We will create the table itself. So only display name and save. Okay. Should be here. We would have a table, which is the visit table. Now we will go on creating columns. Schedule start, schedule end, actual start, actual end. So new column. Are you doing this with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will call it as schedule start. This would be the display name. The data type would be date and time. Behavior, simple, required, business required. Save it. Go ahead and also do schedule end. Business required. Similarly, actual start.
Only the display name here.
Only the display name. Yes, nothing else. Date and time, business required. You can go to advanced option and see the schema name. Schema name is a unique name given, same as display name. So schedule start, schedule end, actual start, actual end. The data type would be always date and time. And required would be, well, we can keep that optional, actual end for optional. Because when you will create it, it doesn't need that information for start. Okay, you can see your columns by visiting the columns. Make sure actual start and actual end are optional. They are not business required. Whereas schedule start and schedule end are business required. Four columns: schedule start, schedule end, actual start, actual end.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
For the code, it will be the auto number and auto number type, sir.
Yeah, let's create the code. So let's go ahead. Let's create a code column here, new column. Let's call this as code. Perfect. And here, code for display name, data type would be auto number. Perfect. Here, the prefix. So auto number type, we will give date prefix number. You will have a preview at the bottom.
Okay, sir.
Save it. Okay. Perfect.
Can you repeat, sir, for code column? What will be the data? Code column, auto number.
Auto number, yes.
Required is optional.
Now, let's also create the last column, which is the visitor column. Now, to understand visitor column, visitor is a column where you would enter user information, right?
Yes, sir.
This user information would be from the contact column. So contact column is the contact table is where you would have name of all visitors. Okay, fair enough. So let's go back to our visit table. And create a new column by the name of visitor. Okay, this would be a lookup column. The related table would be the contact table. Expand the advanced option. You would have schema name and relationship name. This is same as building relationships. Okay, we will change the relationship name. We will call this relationships as visitor ID. Schema name would be visitor, relationship name would be visitor ID. So VISITOR, visitor ID. Okay, save it. So what are the columns we should have? We should have schedule, we should have actual end, actual start. Okay, schedule end, schedule start. Then you should also have visitor column, which is a lookup column. All right. And then you do have visitor ID right over here as the relationship name. That's it. Now, what we would do is okay, so you can go to visits and you don't have any data right over here. Right? You can also add data by writing some of the columns, or you can create new rows from here as well. But rather than entering data manually, we will we will import a data into this table. To import data, we will use an Excel sheet. Okay, so make sure that you have downloaded this Excel sheet. Let me share that URL with you. Okay, this is the Excel sheet. I will download it. Perfect. I'm going to share this URL with you all. Make sure you download this Excel sheet. We will use this Excel sheet. You can see that this Excel sheet has same tables and columns, same types of tables and columns that we have just created.
Yes, sir.
Right. So go ahead, download this Excel sheet. So you can see actual end, actual start, code, name, schedule end, schedule start, and status code. So let's upload this. So Dataverse also provide you a way to upload this. To upload it, make sure you have this Excel before you, and I'll close this Excel. I'll see the downloaded Excel that I have. So downloads right over here. I have the visit Excel, and let's upload this data into our tables. For uploading it, let's use the import option. And using import data from Excel, which will open up this particular wizard. Okay, click on upload, select the file that you have downloaded. And the mapping would start. So it will start mapping. This is a very big, you can see here. It will try to map automatically, and it will return you results, whether the mapping was success or not. If not, then you can also manually map columns from Excel file to your tables. Okay, it says mapping error exists.
Mapping for what means? Can't get.
Mapping is like, you do have tables in your Excel. So yeah, you do have columns in your Excel, right? So the column here, which is, active, actual end, actual start, should map with column that you have on your tables. So it is mapping those so that it can.
Then we have to manually.
Now mapping error exists. So what we will do is we will manually map it. So you can click on map columns here and we will go ahead and map them. So actual end is our table on the left column, actual end column, and we will map it to Excel1. Okay, so everything should be done. Map them accordingly. Perfect. And save changes from the right upper corner. Okay. Once it is done, it will say mapping was successful and click on import. Okay, it will say error 25, insert and update 134. That's fine. Import was partially successful. That is fine. No problem. You can go ahead when this message can reload your table. And now you should see data in your table. Okay, so similarly, you should see all of your columns right over here with some of the data that is right over here. Do you all see data at your end?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having issues while uploading data? Please let me know.
Sir, what I want to ask is simultaneously doing the practical. It's a little bit complex thing for us. Hello.
Mhm.
Swapping the screen and simultaneously doing the practical is a little bit complex. So can we do it first? We have to observe and then can do.
Mhm. So let me know what do you suggest?
Sir, simultaneously swapping the screen, we miss the flow, sir. I miss the flow.
Okay. So we can do one thing is I tell you.
Observe, sir. Then I will try.
Sure. Okay. So at this moment, everyone has this particular table, this particular data at their end, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions, any queries with any of these actions that we have done?
Sir, after putting that Excel sheet, we can also edit this, no?
Yeah, sure. You can also edit this. So you can click on edit and you can edit any of these datas or any of the columns from here.
And we can also add columns, means not columns, add the rows.
Rows also can be added. That's right.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now we will move ahead. So now we do have data model, and we also have this particular raw data for us. And we will also go ahead and build some of the applications. So we will jump into understanding Canvas apps as well. So the next thing is to understand Canvas app, and we will also go ahead and create Microsoft Dataverse apps as well. To start with Canvas app, allow me to share my screen again. So just a moment. Let me know once the screen is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have data model. We do have data queries there. We have data records there. And now we will go ahead and understand how to build a Canvas app. Anyone has ever built Canvas app before from you guys?
No,
Have
sir.
you created Canvas apps?
Sir,
Yes.
yeah, suppose I am creating one Google Sheet and I'll update that, means share to someone and they will update, means input their records, then that will be stored in the Excel sheet. And it is possible that the new entries will be added to that, means table
No,
automatically.
no. We did use a static Excel here, an online Excel. Sorry, offline Excel. We did not use online Excel or live Google Sheets and all. So it won't happen that they update on Excel and it will also update on your Dataverse. For doing that, you have to create some connections, such as you have to use Power Automate. So there are solutions for it, but it's not simple like you have Excel, you imported it, it won't work.
Okay, sir.
Okay, great.
Okay, sir. Sir?
Sir,
Mhm.
here, why are you using Canvas apps? Because there are other model-driven and portal apps that
I was not able to understand because I think mute. Others can mute and you can go ahead.
So my question is, why are we using Canvas app here? Because there are the other two apps also, model-driven and portal.
So we'll understand all of them. We are starting with first Canvas apps. Then we will also learn about model-driven applications.
Okay, sir.
It's not about using Canvas apps here. Why are we using Canvas apps? But because we want to understand both of these applications. So the first thing we will go ahead is we will understand Canvas app. So we will build a Canvas app on it. Then we will understand model-driven apps and build a model-driven apps on it.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Let's understand Canvas app. The lessons are very clear about how you can build Canvas app and how you can customize them. To start Canvas app, These are part of your Power Apps. And here are some of the basic elements of your Canvas application. The first thing you need to understand, Canvas app are part of your Power Apps homepage. So if I go ahead here, I click on Home, right? And when I click on starting creating my application, I click on blank app, right? And there are three kinds of application that I could create: Canvas apps, model-driven apps, and portal. We will start our journey with Canvas application. We will first understand what exactly is a Canvas app. What is the meaning of Canvas?
Canvas means there is a fresh page where we can do anything.
Free space, yes. It's a free board where artists go ahead and paint anything. Similarly, Canvas applications are such prepared that you have a blank board and you can start creating out of it. For an example, I click on create, right? So this is Power App homepage. I click on create and then I am asked to give a name. Okay, let's just say I am creating a simple calculator app. I gave that name. You can give name any, okay? And you do have formats such as tablet and phone.
Tablet and phone.
Two formats. By tablet format, we are saying that you would see a layout which is in the form of a portrait mode. So if you select phone, your format would be like this. If you select tablet, your appearance of your application would be like this. So it is a portrait mode, or maybe it is also made, not maybe, it is made to target on those devices. Canvas application are not screen responsive, which means if you will use it on phone, it would still be the phone mode. You will use it on tablet, it will be always on the phone format, right? Selecting
phone format.
Selecting format doesn't mean that it cannot be accessed on other phone or other devices. It can be accessed on various devices such as machines or cell phones and tablet, but the format will not change. Format will be the one that you choose here. I'll go with tablet and I'll click on create. The next thing that I see is a Power App Portal Studio. It will say welcome to Power App Studio and create a form, create a gallery. I won't use this anything. Don't show me again and skip. This right over here is a Power App Portal Studio. So the first component of your Canvas app, which is Power App Studio, is interface you use to build your app. You decide the app format, whether it would be mobile or tablet. Then we will also understand other concepts here: galleries, forms, input controls, intelligent controls as well. Let us understand this Power App portals as well. I hope this is visible. Perfect. Now in this Portal Studio, you have a lot of things. The middle thing right over here, right? This one is known as Canvas. So this is your blank board where you will create your application. On the right side, right over here, this is a property panel. On the left side, you see this is tree view panel, but you can expand it from here where you will options. Tree view, insert, data, media, power automate, advanced tools, search. So here are the options to which you customize your application. The first thing we are understanding is a Power App Studio, where you create your application. There are more things here. Over here, you have similar you action. Guys,
Sir,
check the
you are
device
not audible.
here.
Sir, you are not audible.
Noise is from.
I'm not audible.
Voice is breaking. Yeah, voice is breaking.
But not clear. From outside
Try
noise.
mute at your end. Can you hear me? I'll share my screen again. Wait.
Screen is okay, sir.
Okay. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Again, I'll start. So on the left panel, you have these toolkits, preview, insert, data, media. Above, you have different sections, different panels. You will find that this right over here also is similar to this. So two ways to enter information. In tree view, you would see everything, such as screen one, right? Yesterday, we tried out a template. So I'm going to go back now. I did introduce you to this portal, but yesterday we did try out a template. I think that was day before yesterday. The application was, I guess, it was here somewhere. I hope you all can hear me clearly. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cost estimator. This was the template that we tried, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
click on preview and this is how it is loading up. So you can think now this is a phone format application. If I want to use this application in my organization and I wanted to build an application out of it, calling it as Vibhor's cost estimator, I rename it and I click on create. This will take back to Power App Portal Studio. And I would be able to see this application right over there. Come on, why it is not happening? Just a moment. Let's reload it. Cost estimator. Yeah, create. So I'm using a template and I'll create an application out of it. The good thing with template is that you can see how it was made. So on that application, you can see that there are a lot of screens, right? This is screen. This is also your screen. And you go back from here and you do also have screen right over here. So you can analyze that application. So on the left side, you will see all those screens in the tree view section. Right? Easy to relate. Every screen, for an example, this screen right over here has controls. This right over here is an icon. This is a text. This is again a gallery, an icon. As I am making selection on screen, you could see on the left side, those selection are showing up. Also, on the right panel, which is right over here, you could see that the selections are bringing up different properties. So every control that you bring here would have a different property. Within every screen, I have galleries, I have groups and all. This will give you an idea about how this application was made. One of the best thing to start is, we do have 9 minutes left. I want to create our first Canvas application today. So let's get started. Let's create our first Canvas app, a simple application, which is a calculator. Click on
Sir.
blank.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm just asking that we are creating the canvas that the pages are for the front end side, no?
That's right.
Okay, and that the data are which you have entered that will be stored in the Dataverse.
Yeah, data is in the Dataverse. That's right.
Okay, sir.
We'll see how we can relate and how we can bring that data into our application. So this is blank canvas. Guys, let's create our first Canvas app. Click on create. We will give it name. We will create a simple calculator, which is not connected to any data source. You can choose any format. It can be tablet, it can be phone. I am going ahead with tablet and I will click on create. Create an application at your end, guys. Create a Canvas app. I want everyone to be here on this Portal Studio.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it will give you a pop-up to try galleries and forms, you can cross.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And let me know once you are ready to go ahead from here. Are we all on the screen?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. The first thing we will do is we will rename our screen. So on the left side, where you see screen 1, click on the ellipsis menu and rename it to call it main. Now we will introduce some elements to our canvas. The first thing that we will introduce is a header for our app or header for our screen. Okay, so go to insert, which is on the top. Click on insert. You can follow my voice. You don't need to see at my screen. Okay, go to the insert, which is at the top, and click on label. This will introduce a label box on your screen. Adjust it to the size of your screen. So I'm going to go ahead, adjust it. Okay. Now the label being selected, once you have adjusted it to the screen, you want to modify it. Modify in sense, you want to give it a color. You want to show some text on that label. So when you select a label on the right side, okay, with the label being selected on the right side, you could see properties of it. Anything that you bring to canvas is called as control. So label is a control. Then you will bring icons. It will also be a control. So this is label 1 is a control within that screen. We will change some of the cosmetic properties of our label. So in the properties, you have text, font, size. Change the font size to any number which is greater than 25. So I'm going to keep that as 30. And I want the text alignment to be at middle. So in the text alignment, I'll click on the right. This is right over here. I'm here on the right panel. You can see on the right panel. If you see further down, you have a lot of properties, such as height, position, whether it should be visible or not. You also have color. In color, you have color of the text that you show in that label and the fill that you want to give. So I'm going to go ahead, change that fill to, let's just say, blue or green. Okay. Now the next thing is to change the text which is in your label. So pay attention here. Now I think you should come back and see my screen. I have to explain you a few things. One thing is the fill property and the color property of the label. But you also have some formulative property, which means you can give a formula for it. You can write static text and all. So at the top of the label here, where you see FX, you see that under double quotation mark, you have text. This is known as the formula bar. So right over here is the formula bar. On the left side of it, you also see text. try expanding that. It is a drop down. Okay, you click on that drop down. So you will see some information such as role, size, text, toolkit. This is also property. This is property of your text. But here you can apply formulas to the properties, such as text property has a static value, which is text. So anything that you wanted to show in your label, such as my name. Okay, if I write that in formula under double quotation mark, it will show my name. Right? So here we will say it is a calculator. Easy.
Yes, sir.
Rename label 1 to header. We'll call that as a header. You can renaming is not important, but we should we should be known about what are the things that we are using. So this becomes your header, calculator header. This is your simple application. Save this application. So go to file, which is on the left above corner. So file, save it to the cloud, select the cloud, and on the right corner, you will have the save button. Once you save it, it will ask you to share and see all version. Nothing to do for now. Just go back and again go back. Of course, save it if it is not saved again. Perfect. Yeah.
In that label header, in the properties, overflow and display mode is for what? Means in the overflow it is that hidden and scroll. That means what?
I was not able to understand, but let me go here. Edit. Getting things started. Would you like to share your screen and show me what are you asking about? Which property?
Yes, sir, I'm sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see my screen? Hello.
It's coming. Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. This one, sir. Overflow, hidden, or scroll.
It is on the right corner, line to height. Change it to scroll. Is there any changes that are happening?
I think no, sir.
Change back to
Yes,
the.
yeah, in the hidden, it's the size is bigger, but in the scroll, it's squeezed. Or just go above, sir.
Oh, change again. Change back. Oh, yeah. Okay, that means it is the position of your text.
Okay, sir. And that display mode, sir. Edit disable view. Disable means you can
Disable mode is like whether user should be allowed to make changes to those labels or not.
Okay, sir.
Now, if you want to see this, how will it appear to a user? You can click on the play button, which is on the right upper corner. So on the right upper corner, you would see a play button.
This one?
At the top. Yeah, that one. Yeah, play. This is how it will appear to a user.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and overflow is used, where you have large text and you have to scroll from left to right, right to left.
Okay, sir.
It is not within the screen. Your text that you want to show is not within the screen. So you give a scroll bar to a user to change from left to right and right to right.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, while there is two screens are there, then you have to scroll right or left or up or down to get that. Means
Yeah.
calculator.
Like in browser, like we do scroll up and scroll down. Similar
Yeah.
way in your app, for that text, you can scroll left and right as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right, guys, we will stop here. We will save it. We will save your app, click on file, save it, and we will continue and create a calculator tomorrow. Any questions? Any queries from Chandan, from Rufakat? Sorry.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir, while saving that, where it is.
Now click on apps. You will see your application.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. I hope we have started doing this. We will also create awesome apps from tomorrow, and you will see that how you can use these applications. Till then, you can explore these Canvas apps and read about them. I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much for tomorrow. We have a session at 7:30.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Right?
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.